Another day, another mystery. In the year 1957, a 23-year-old Brazilian farmer named Antonio Villas Boas found himself at the heart of an extraordinary, otherworldly encounter. Antonio, accustomed to the grueling heat of the Brazilian sun, had taken to working his fields under the cool veil of night. On the night of October 15th, as he was diligently plowing his fields near São Francisco de Sales, he spotted a peculiar red star in the night sky. As he gazed at the star, it began to grow, morphing from a celestial speck into a large, circular, egg-shaped craft. The craft, glowing with a red light at its front and a rotating cupola on top, descended towards the ground, extending 3 legs as it prepared to land in the field. Fear gripped Antonio, and he decided to flee, leaving his plow behind. He first attempted to escape on his tractor, but it betrayed him, its lights flickering out and engine dying after a short distance. Undeterred, Antonio continued on foot, but his escape was cut short as he was seized by a humanoid figure. The being stood about 5 feet tall, garbed in gray coveralls and a helmet, its small blue eyes devoid of human warmth. It communicated in strange barks or yelps, and soon 3 more of its kind joined in, overpowering Antonio and dragging him inside their craft. Inside the alien vessel, Antonio was stripped of his clothing and smeared head to toe with a peculiar gel. He was then led into a large semicircular room, marked by a doorway adorned with strange, red symbols. Despite his fear, Antonio committed these symbols to memory, later reproducing them for investigators. In this room, the beings took samples of his blood from his chin, leaving him feeling violated and confused. Following this, Antonio was escorted into a 3rd room and left alone. The room soon filled with an unknown gas that made him violently ill. Just when he thought things couldn't get stranger, he was joined by a female humanoid. She was as tall as the others, with a small, pointed chin and large, blue cat-like eyes. Her hair was long and white, contrasting with her bright red underarm and pubic hair. Despite the surreal circumstances, Antonio found himself irresistibly attracted to her, and they engaged in intercourse. During the act, the female bit him on the chin instead of kissing him. Once their intimate encounter was over, the female alien smiled at Antonio, rubbed her belly, and gestured upwards. Antonio interpreted this as a sign that she would bear their child somewhere in the cosmos. He felt a surge of anger, feeling used as if he had been nothing more than a stallion for these beings. After this bizarre interaction, Antonio was dressed and given a tour of the spaceship. He attempted to steal a clock-like device as evidence of his encounter, but was caught and prevented from doing so by the humanoids. Finally, he was escorted off the ship and left to watch as it ascended, glowing brightly against the night sky. When he finally returned home, he discovered that 4 hours had passed. Antonio later became a lawyer, got married, and fathered 4 children. Despite the incredulity and skepticism his story attracted, he stuck to his account of the alien abduction throughout his life. Although some sources claim he died in 1992, he actually passed away on January 17, 1991. His story remains one of the most detailed and intriguing accounts in the annals of alleged extraterrestrial encounters. Like and subscribe to dive deeper into our mysterious world.